the other things going on. Japanese is very different, and my partner, who spent about 13 months in Japan working for a Japanese company as their interpreter, this is a great example. Let's suppose, too, this is just to play up the difference of how people use language in everyday life to describe things or to react to things. If we were sitting here right now and an earthquake hit, God forbid, if the room started shaking and we started vocalizing, what do you think we'd say? Exactly, you're like, oh crap, or oh bleep, or blub, or run, or whatever, right? We'd say a lot of things.
I would say
In Japan, and this happens, an earthquake would hit in Tokyo. He worked in Tokyo, and the building would start shaking, and suddenly everyone would get up and go, yurataru, which literally means it's shaking.
I can't get it.
That's the thing in Japan. Like, language is just kind of, I don't want to say that it's obvious, but it's like the language is there to just kind of, support what's already there. If there's subtext to it, it's so close to the surface that everyone just understands that's what you're saying. So in anime, for example, characters you'll notice often wear, in the Japanese versions, in the original version, characters often wear their hearts on their sleeves. They're very, very earnest. There's not a lot of duplicity. If there is, you can kind of see it from a mile away. There's like the shifty eye, dun, 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 oh, he's lying. But for the most part, characters are very sincere. They use language to be kind of obvious. And in English, that doesn't work because we don't talk like that. And so to make a piece of dialogue sound to resonate with English speakers, you have to sometimes make the characters say just a little different, but because we understand they mean the same thing, but they're just not putting it in the same phrase. So as an adapter, to get back to your question, it's a very long way to travel, I know, I'm very sorry. But when I'm adapting, our rule of thumb is this. For example, if what's important is not so much the words. The words play a kind of ancillary role. What's important is what the character feels and what the original creator wants to convey. So in the event that a joke is happening, like there's a pun or there's some funny bit of humor, the subtitled version should tell you as closely as possible, I feel, what was being said. So you, if you want to study Japanese, can understand, oh, that's how that works. The dub should make you laugh. And there's certain things that just don't carry over. Like a great example, in Oron High School Host Club, they call Haruhi a daikon at some point because she's a terrible actress. And that means, like, calling someone a daikon, a radish, in Japanese, is kind of the equivalent of us saying someone is a ham or someone is wooden. Now, we understand that if you're saying, oh God, that performance was so wooden, like we understand that's an established trope in the English language, so we know what's going on. If we had chosen to be like, oh gosh, she's such a radish, it becomes funny for a different reason now. It's now funny because it's a non sequitur and makes no sense. It's like, oh my God, he's such a strawberry, right? What is that? What? And so we're trying to convey. So dealing with stuff like that is always interesting. But as an adaptive writer, one of the most rewarding experiences is getting to see, the dub version of something that you worked on as a writer hit and resonate with audiences just as much as the original did with its first intended audience. Because to me, it proves that all the things that the show is really about transcend the language barrier and prove that it can survive or even thrive under adaptation in various languages just speaks to the fact that the original creators were dealing in universals that speak to all of us regardless of language. So that's I hope that answers your question. Thank you for that very beautiful question. Let's go toward, I see you, the yellow sleeve, like you in the red, yes, you're like, oh, that's me. I love when people don't know what they're wearing. They're like, yep, oh, blue, that's me. I'm so sorry.
I have to remember like 5 monologues by the start of the year.
That's adorable. Okay, I'm glad you bring this up because this is more food for thought for you. Show of hands, because I know there's going to be a few of you. Who here has an interest in voice acting? Like, would like to be voice actors? Now, please keep your hands up for a moment. Of those of you that want to be voice actors, how many of you also would love to do stage or film?
Yes, I showed the hand.
Awesome. Most of your hands stayed up, but a few hands went down. Cool. You can put your hands down now. So here's the thing. And you have to be honest with yourselves. A lot of people that want to get into voice acting, and I've just noticed because I have experience in it, a lot of people that want to get into voice acting are really they're attracted to the creativity of it. They're attracted to the chance of getting to essentially a play, be a character. That's the appeal of acting, is getting to be in another character's skin, to kind of inhabit a mind, not your own, and maybe learn a little something about yourself in the process, and to entertain people, make them laugh, make them cry, whatever. There's nothing like it in the world. It is much harder to do with just your voice than it is with the whole apparatus that is your body in a stage setting. So any of you that want to go into voice acting, please understand that you do need training in a traditional setting first. Because the key word in voice acting is acting. And if you don't have a stage background or a workshop is something, acting is not a craft you can